I've traveled 11,000 kilometers and across 2 continents for this lifetime opportunity to interview one of the greatest icons in motorsports. Announced his retirement from the Formula One in 2006, Michael Schumacher returned 3 years later to drive the Silver Arrow and to show how it's actually done. But more about that later on in the show. First things first, let's enjoy Barcelona, shall we?
Both a Gothic and modernist marvel on the Mediterranean Sea, Barcelona, the great enchantress as she was once called, is a quirky, cosmopolitan and effortlessly chic, ever-changing and advancing deeper into the 21st century.
My hunt for the perfect beach on the Mediterranean coast has brought me to the neighborhood called La Barceloneta, or Little Barcelona. And this is what I found, one of the most beautiful urban beaches in the world. This is La Barceloneta, the perfect lounging spot on a lazy Sunday, and the most popular activity is to sunbathe. But I'm just going to enjoy the Mediterranean breeze and excuse me while I dip my feet in the Mediterranean Sea.
Historically a fisherman's village, this is one of the best places to eat seafood in the city. And in Barcelona, you are never far away from some interesting architecture.
One of Spain's great artists and perhaps one of Catalan's greatest is Antoni Gaudí. Known for his unique style, his works of art can be seen all around the city. Now that I've had my seafood lunch, dipped my toes in the cool sea, I'm heading out to Eixample district to see Casa Mila, an apartment building that defies all traditional rules of architecture by not having a single straight line. Now that will be interesting to see.
The largest civil building designed by Gaudí, Casa Mia, or La Pedrera as it's commonly known because of its quarry-like facade, was officially completed in 1912. An interesting fact about Casa Mia is that Gaudí wanted everyone who lived in the flats to all know each other. Lifts were only installed on every other second floor, which forces everyone to get very close to their neighbors.
Just like any other Gaudí creations, his vision was light years away, and I'm truly blessed that I'm able to see his masterpieces in my lifetime. There's just so much to see here in Barcelona, but so little time. I guess Barcelona will just have to wait because we have got a world champion waiting for us. Okay, Michael, thanks for being on the show with us. We know it was a challenge from the circuit all the way here for you.
It was a big one, yeah, exactly.
But thanks so much for being here. And I was just curious, I mean, because you're a legend to so many people. Most championship titles, pole positions, fastest laps, points scored, and you have won the most races in a single season. So undoubtedly, you are the most successful Formula One driver in our time. You have practically achieved all that needs to be achieved in a Formula One driver. How do you still maintain that competitive spirit and make it alive?
Well, I mean, you talked about the past and my period naturally with Ferrari. The new chapter that I had opened after my retirement, after 3 years not competing, yet has not been that successful. But obviously we're on the right path to make it a successful one and to add some further success to the story that I have already lived. The motivation is just natural. That's what I am. I'm a competitive person. I have this nature and it's normal to me. I was though tired and I was full of it, and that's why I had retired. There were some sparks that they came back up again after Ross had called me, and that I'm enjoying again. But because of different circumstance and the nature, and that's quite important to me. If you go back to the Formula One, how it used to be in the past, there was racing, testing, so non-stop. Nowadays there's no more testing, it's just racing, so just a competition part. And so the time sharing between private life and racing life is in good balance, and I'm very happy to do so.
So you mentioned previously, before the 3-year hiatus, that you were quite tired, but to be a top-notch athlete like yourself, you have to be consistent in your fitness. So how do you maintain that consistency since 2011 marks your 20th year in Formula One?
May I tell you, I didn't. I mean, as every normal human being, when you sort of relax and ease off, you put up a couple of kilos. It wasn't too bad though. Again, probably 2-3 kilos, and to lose them is not a big deal. To regain the fitness, I was very much surprised how quickly I was able to do so, because in reality I never stopped completely. I always was active. I was doing my motorbike races, I was doing lots of other fun things, but then they meant obviously movement and not getting too rusty.
And you mentioned Ross Brawn earlier. Your relationship, both of you are like the dynamic duo of Formula One. And looking at the amount of wins, obviously the relationship works. So what is the formula of this success?
Well, I mean, the formula is that both of us and so many others that we have worked with and that we're working with now are top at the spots. And that's about it. There's no real secret to be successful in life. It's working at all the little details to make it better than the other one. Because it's not a, I call it a single-man sport like tennis or other made comparable sports. We are in a team sport where the car, the team, the tire change, so many factors are important to finally do what we're doing on the racetrack. That this teamwork and having all this team together, the right person in the right position, that's what is the factor. And Ross being in his position, overly responsible to put the person where they belong to be.
Okay, this is your second season with Mercedes GP PETRONAS. How would you describe the synergy within the team?
First of all, a very good atmosphere, because the balance in many respects is a good one. I mean, we have great partners, and you just mentioned PETRONAS is a very important partner to us. We're talking about details, we're talking about fuel and oil and lubricants, and you can imagine how important and vital they are to us. And having such a strong partner in our team is obviously vital. And then to have a harmony where everybody, even with some may not yet achieve the results, keeps focused is very important.
And in terms of race direction, do you guys feel that you're heading towards where you guys want to go?
I think so, absolutely. And Shanghai, unfortunately, it wasn't Malaysia where we could prove this, but the race after in Shanghai, we have already showed with Nico in the race where we could be. And again, I think it was me on Saturday morning, we were up front, which is the last final moment for qualifying preparation. So we're getting in the right direction, we're permanently updating the car. It's true though, we are a smaller team in terms of capacity due to the restriction program that has been announced and that is negotiated at the moment. So the development speed for us, we have to be very efficient in order to maintain level with the so-called bigger teams.
And it's also the second year you're teammate with Nico Rosberg. So tell us, how is he like as a racer and as a teammate?
I mean, we getting on well in the respect that we have very similar driving styles, we have very similar opinion on where to improve the car, and it's much more easy for the team to develop a car if the two drivers are in the same line.
And earlier on you said it's easier nowadays with lesser practice and whatnot to find a balance between
private life
yes, and work. So in terms of private life, what do you do during your free time and how do you spend time with your family and friends?
Well, that's the point. I'd like to have enough time available for the family that in the past sometimes ran a bit short. I'm lucky to have found the perfect match in terms of wife, that our interest goes in the same direction. Our genes have matched very well the family, so we can explore just great things, and having similar interest in our own hobbies makes life easy.
What would you like to say to aspiring young drivers out there who wants to be just like Michael Schumacher?
The best way in order to find out about your talent and passion, that's very important, is to sit in a go-kart.
Okay.
That's the most efficient and even price-wise possibility to explore yourself and to learn. Go-karts are simply the most important school that you would take up in order to build up your experience you would need in future.
Okay, should you give yourself a time limit? Let's say 3 years. If nothing happens, then move on to another dream.
No, it's not about that. I mean, is what are your possibilities? Obviously, you need some money to do go-karts, as you do many other sports or activities. You need some backing from parents about it, and then it's about passion, and then yes, talent. But the perfect combination would be you find something that you can live yourself in, and you can just explore yourself and enjoy yourself, because whatever you do with passion and joy, that's what you do best.
I totally agree. Thank you so much, Michael, for being on the show. We wish you all the best for the remaining season. So we see you at the podium in Malaysia, hopefully.
Let's hope for some podiums in the meantime.
Yeah, sure. I mean, definitely one off. Thank you so much for being on the show. It's an honor.
Thank you. See you around.
There you have it, the one and only Michael Schumacher. What a memorable weekend it has been. I'll be leaving Barcelona with happy thoughts. Thanks for watching. I'm Julie Woon signing off from Catalonia, Spain.